Hello guys, so today I will be showing you how to make yourself a bot based on Python and its library Selenium, which can scrap your latest notification from Instagram and then show it in front of you. First of all, we will be importing WebDriver from Selenium. Now, and then we will be creating a new driver instance, and that will be webdriver.chrome. Now over here I'm using Chrome as my default web browser, but you can use other web browsers as well. So you have to install the WebDriver for that web browser. And now we will be using driver.maximize window so that I could show you how the bot is working. I mean, how does the bot clicks on different elements on the web browser. Okay, and then we will be using driver.implicitly wait. This function is used to make sure that element is actually loading, and then the bot is going to perform its activities or the task that you have defined on that element. If the element is not displayed, it's not going to be, interacted with. It cannot. The bot cannot interact with that element if it's not displayed in front of you. And then I will be using driver.getRequest. This statement is used to open any website in a new tab. Okay, and okay, so you could actually replace maximize window with minimize window as well. I will show you that later on. Now over here I am defining two variables, name equal to input your username and password equal to input your password. Now I will be defining some values to these variables, because that will be better. You could just take the input from the user as well, but I will be using some default values. So here I will be using my Instagram account and the password for that, um, and now we would like to fill these details into the form that is present in the Instagram's website. So I will be using this driver.find element by CSS selector. And first of all, we have to write our username there, then the password, and then we have to click on the login button. And again, it's going to be automated. Selenium bot is going to do all the work itself. Okay, so we are going to inspect the element over here, and we have to find something that is unique over here. As you could see, name equal to username is looks like it is unique. Well, we have to search, we have to find and see if it is unique or not. And well, it seems like it is pretty unique. So I'm just going to copy this thing. As you could see, there is only one element present in this whole web page with that same selector, and I'm gonna paste it over here. Okay, all right, so I'm just gonna write here dot send keys. This is going to input the name that we have defined over here, and then driver.find element by CSS selector again. You might be thinking why I'm using CSS selector again and again. I have many different options. The reason behind that is CSS selectors are pretty, quick, and you could do a lot of different works within a specified memory range, and you could basically you could do a lot of different type of work pretty quickly with CSS selectors. Now over here you could see name is equal to password. Looks pretty unique for this field as well. And so I will be clicking on this guy and I will be selecting it. Okay, so I will be, as you can see, there is only one of one, and I'm just gonna remove the username from this feed over here, and I'm gonna write password, and instead of name I will be sending password, which is already defined. Now we have to click on the login button. So let's inspect it and see if there is anything unique that is present over here. Okay, so I'm just gonna reload it so that I would not be having any dynamic type of variables present inside the DOM. And I'm just gonna click on the login. As you can see, there is the button. We don't want to select the div class. We have to select the button, and over here you could see now the class looks pretty messed up. We cannot use the class CSS selector over here because it's dynamic. It changes every single refresh. If you're just going to refresh your browser, it's going to change itself. So we're going to use type equal to submit over here instead of class selector. Okay, and yeah, let's see what else we have here. There you go. Now I have to click on this particular button, so I'm just gonna write here dot click, and yeah, that's it. I'm gonna remove this thing and then paste it over here. Okay, so far so good. So this is going to log in your account. Let's try to see what we have to click next. I'm just going to write my details over here, and I will be seeing what we have to click next. Okay, and I'm just gonna write the details over here and then click on login, and okay, so this is a small pop-up that we are receiving, so we have to click on not now. And again, let's inspect this thing. Again, you could see the class is dynamic and it changes every single reload, so we have to select something else. And we cannot select tab index as well because it's not unique, so we have to select the XPath over here. You might be thinking why I didn't use XPath earlier. As I told you, CSS selector is way more faster and easier to work with than the XPath selector. So I will be using the XPath of this thing. Now over here there is some error that I tried making this bot before shooting this video, and I'm sorry, recording this video. So I found out that there is a small exception over here. Like sometimes it parses different elements, like the address for the XPath for that turn not now address for that not now button changes sometimes. So I will be using try and accept block over here. And you might be thinking why I am using this thing, why you cannot just use the normal driver dot find element and then dot click. Why I'm not using it, why I'm just going into exceptions, why I am using error handling. And I have mentioned something related to the same issue in the description, and you can check out the description for that. Next up, I will be changing this 4 to 3. You have to do this. It's actually a main part of the bot itself. Now we have to click on that heart icon. As you can see at the top right over here, we have to click on this thing. I am using CSS selector. I believe some kind of CSS selector that is available, which would be unique for that particular heart icon. As you can see, SVJ area label, this thing is available and it looks pretty unique to me, so I'm just going to copy this thing and see if it is unique or not. Let me paste it into the find tab and see if it's unique. Well, it looks like it is unique, so I will be using this thing for my next step. And there you go, I have pasted it. And now we have to let me just place dot click over here because we have to click on the elements. Earlier I didn't place the dot click method over there. Now we have to click on this icon as well, and after clicking we have to scrape these top 5 notifications. Now I'm using top 5 notifications only because we don't want to mess up by getting 10 or 20 notifications. It's going to be a lot messier if we go for 20 or maybe 30 notifications. We are just using 5 notifications. You can increase it, or you can just mention in the comment that I would like to see a new tutorial which shows more than 5 elements, and I will post that for you as well. Now as you can see, I'm inspecting this element. We want the text from this particular line, this particular div, and as you can see, I will be copying its XPath because it seems like there is no unique CSS selector available. So I'm just gonna paste it over here. Okay. Now here we have to actually iterate for the 5 different notifications, so that we can print it in front of the user. Because I'm using the for loop over here. You could use a normal driver.find element and then print it, but I'm not that kind of person who uses messy syntax, so I will be sticking with for loop only. For I in range 5, we want 5 different elements and then a temporary variable, and I will be storing the XPath of the div that we want. We want this div and we want the text from this div. I'm just gonna see the thing that is changing between these two divs, and I will be placing my I variable on in place of that particular value, so that we could run our for loop and constantly change the value. As you can see, if we change this to value over here, we could select different type of notifications, say 2, 3, and 4 and 5. So I'm just gonna use stri plus 1 because it starts from 0, obviously. Oops, I accidentally clicked F5. I is going to be equal to 0 from start, so I will be using I plus 1. Again, you could use 1,5 over here. It depends on the person. Okay, I'm just going to stick with this syntax, and now I'm just going to show you that if we change the value, the div is also going to be changed. See, I have changed it to 4 and the div also changes, so we are doing it pretty correctly. So now I have to print this the text that is in between that div, the text that is mentioned, that is placed in between that div. I don't care if it is dynamic or not. Well, it is dynamic because it keeps changing, and again, everything is dynamic over here. Everything can change by the reload. And now we'll be using print stri plus 1 with the \t plus driver.find element. You might be thinking why I'm using stri plus 1, because I is going to be integer and str is going to convert that integer into string. So here I would like to change a little error that I was having, and again I have placed .text at the end of this driver.file in xpath dnotif, and it's going to convert that, it's going to scrape the text out of that div, and then it's going to show you. I'm just going to run this, so it opens a new tab and driver.maximize the window, and then it's going to get the Instagram request, and then it's going to fill on the details, and again it's going to click on not now, and then it's going to click on hurt, and then it's going to scrape all the data. Well, it's not properly, you cannot say it's data scraping, but yeah, it's just scraping the latest notification for you. As you can see, all the notifications are here. Now you can do scraping of different type of comments or likes.